Hey buddy, it's Crazy4. Welcome to some more Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the last one, we of course went through Classic Mode once again, and we went through with my boy Captain Falcon on the hardest difficulty in the game, that being 9.0. And yes, like I mentioned, I did go back off screen to play it again, and I got a much better score. So now Falcon is reigning superior over everyone else. This is a really good score too, over 700,000. Like, that's amazing. So that was pretty cool. It was basically just the same thing as that we've been doing the whole time, but just like harder. That was really about it. But this time around, we're going to be continuing Classic Mode by heading through as another newcomer to the game. Actually, the first one ever revealed for Smash 4. Villager, yes, from Animal Crossing. Who would have thought a character like this would be in Smash? But hey, you know, here we are. So Villager's got some interesting things for his, or I guess their, alternate costumes, because Villager's appearance actually varies greatly between the costumes with differing eyes, hair, gender, and clothing. So that's pretty cool. That actually all the alternate costumes are based on how the player may look at the start of a new game, depending on how they answered questions asked by Captain or Rover in Animal Crossing Wild World and Animal Crossing City Folk respectively. So yeah, let's go ahead and check them out. So we got the standard red villager, which is the male villager wearing a #1 shirt as he appears in artwork for City Folk. We have a pink female villager wearing a daisy shirt as she appears in artwork for Wild World. We have a yellow male villager wearing a Racer 6T. The corresponding starting appearance in Wild World and City Folk instead sports the paw tee and a different hairstyle. We've got a green female, a villager wearing a turnip top. Cyan, a male villager wearing a blue tie-dye tee as he appears in artwork for City Folk. We've got blue, female villager wearing a rugby tee. Purple, male villager wearing a football tee. And finally, what does it say? Chartreuse? I don't know what the heck that means. Female villager wearing a yellow bolero. Why does it mean chartreuse? Is that like French or something? I don't know. Anyone who knows French, let me know. But yeah, so those are all the costumes. Let's head in with the standard villager. We are not going on in at 9.0, that's for sure. We're going back to 7.5. I'm not doing 9.0, especially as someone like Villager. I don't know if y'all know me, and but I'm not the biggest fan of Villager. Honestly, I am not the biggest fan of Villager, whether it be playing Villager or playing against Villager. In both instances, I hate it. So, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the character, like, at all. But I gotta play it for y'all for today's episode, so yeah. Villager's quite an interesting character, though. Obviously, you know, from Animal Crossing, in which Animal Crossing is a game that's not about fighting, like, at all. It's literally about, nice job, Game Watch. It's literally just about, like, I don't even know, it's kind of like your daily life kind of simulator. Not really simulator, but you know, you can like plant, you can fish, talk to villagers. It's like, it's a very peaceful, calming kind of game. I never really took the time to really play it myself because I wasn't ever the biggest fan of Animal Crossing, but yeah, you know, people do seem to like the series a lot, and I can see why. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff with villagers, obviously, you know, from the games and like just put into their movesets. And speaking of the moveset, let's get right into it. I mean, we have the first move that we can go over, the neutral special, which is called Pocket. Now, the way Pocket works is Villager can essentially pocket any sort of projectile that is thrown at the character. Where they store it away and then can use the move. Once they use the move again, they will release a projectile or item with greatly increased damage and knockback, acting as a delayed reflector. So I'll try and show it off to the best of my ability. It's not gonna be easy though. It's because it's very dependent on like who throws me an item or a projectile. DDD would be the best option here, because he's got the Gordos, but I don't know if he will. Let's try it. You can actually get granted like very brief invincibility when you use the move, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the move itself does absolutely nothing. But it's, what really matters though is like, what's it called? What really matters is having a projectile that gets thrown to you. Like, see how the timer spawns and then I grabbed it immediately. So you even and then you can use it at any point in time, no matter what. You can. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like, I don't know what to describe it. I like to compare it to, but I guess sort of like the Rosalina's like vortex move, but just with including like actually putting in like different weapons and like storing it. You know, he has the storing capacity. Like, let's store this party ball, for example, and then he can use it basically whenever. Boom, and then yeah, he just throws it immediately. So it's pretty cool. It is a pretty cool move for Villager to have. Very useful, that's for sure. Hold up. Nice. Goodbye. What? What was DDD doing there? Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh brother, this is crazy. Uh-oh. What's actually funny about this is that like DDD with it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, DDD. Chill. Thank you. That was scary as heck. I actually didn't. What was he doing? He was like stuck on the hammer. I don't know. But yeah, that's Pocket. Pretty cool of a move. Really, it's like it's very helpful because it's like you can just kind of use it whenever, and then like you immediately just like can use the item that you know stored like once you use the move again. Are you kidding me? Why did I go into free fall? What kind of bullcrap is that? I'm scared now. Oh, that's no way. Oh crap. Get out of here. Nice, I did good damage. I hate Gardevoir. Whoops, 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 whoops. Nice. Get out of here, DDD. Get out of here, DDD. Brother! Oh my gosh, this guy is like a pain. Hold up, look, I gotta get the tree out. Damn, really? Give me that, thank you. Isabelle! Yeah, this is kind of perfect. This is actually kind of perfect that we have Isabelle. Actually, she's not really doing much for me. Yeah, well, she's healing me. I appreciate it. Hold up, I need to get this dude out of here. Oh my gosh, he just keeps avoiding me. Can you die? Finally, holy hell. DDD stayed here for way too freaking long. Man, oh man. One thing I might as well mention for Pocket is that the, what was it called? What was I saying? Okay, yeah, projectiles and items that he does pocket will stay in his pocket for 30 seconds before disappearing. However, items that can be held can be taken out of his pocket and then put back in to refresh the 30-second timer. That's a little bit of a cool technique. So it actually does 1.9 times multiplied damage for the pocketed items and a 0.5 times multiplied damage for pocketed teammates' projectiles. So that's pretty cool. It actually kind of changes depending on like what you pocket. Which is pretty nice. I think it's pretty, you know, good to know. There we go, get that going. Let's get right into his next projectile. Actually, his main projectile is his side special, which is called the Lloyd Rocket, where he sends out a Lloyd rocket from the Animal Crossing games and basically shoots it out as a projectile. And he just basically goes in like a horizontal fashion. Only one, of course, can be sent out at a time. You spend out of that mad quick. Only one can be sent out at a time. You have to like kind of have the first one die before, you know, you can send out another, which is kind of a shame. Nice, you stupid! Let's get out of here, let's go. And yeah, and what's pretty cool about the gyroid Lloyd, which is, it's a gyroid, but it's called the Lloyd rocket, so it's a gyroid Lloyd, that's what it's, what the item is called itself. Yeah, and it launches it sideways, you know, as a as a relatively slow projectile. What's pretty cool about it, and we haven't shown it off yet, but I guess I'll show it off in this match, is that Villager can actually ride the Lloyd rocket if you hold down the special button, which increases the damage and the knockback dealt with the move. So here's kind of how it works. Okay, yeah, so hold up. Yeah, see how he's like riding it a little bit? Boom. If you were to, I'm pretty sure if you were to hit with the Lloyd rocket itself, I'm stupid. If you were to actually hit with the rocket while you're riding it, then Villager kind of just like jumps off the attack and, Villager jumps off the attack and kind of goes into like a safe mode. Like not even just free fall, I'm pretty sure just like a full on just like, he goes back into just like being able to do anything. Yeah, whether it be like a projectile, like an item like that, or you know, an opponent. So it's pretty nice. It's very good as a horizontal recovery as well for Villager, just to get back on the stage. Villager can also like jump out of it. Can I like actually demonstrate this, please? Villager can piss the freak off. I will kill your entire bloodline. He can jump off of the Lloyd rocket itself, but he will be put into a helpless state if he does. If he were to be riding on it as well, and someone were to hit the rocket and destroying it in the process, he will also be put into a helpless state. So, yeah, that's how it works. So there we have it. The explosion itself is actually pretty good. If you were to like actually explode onto like just an ending explosion, just like, you know, as it dies by itself, or if you were to explode it after hitting a wall, it does a lot. So definitely try and go for that. Apparently you get like a 2.3 times multiplied damage if you're riding the Lloyd. That's pretty cool. That's very helpful. But now we got the recovery, the actual recovery itself, the up B, which is called Balloon Trip, where he, kind of similar to the balloon fight style of a move, where Villager starts, you know, going up with 2 balloons, and it goes very high. It's an incredible recovery to use, one of the best, probably even better than like Rob's recovery, if I'm being honest with you. It's a very freaking good recovery, I'm not gonna lie. Very, very good. The move itself obviously gains a hell of a lot of vertical distance, and it can be used pretty decently for like horizontal distance as well, if you like kind of, you know, just, well, go left and right. You can, I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you press the regular attack button, you can actually like jump out of the balloons, and you go into a helpless state. So you can end off the move earlier, but you will of course be put in a helpless state. Or you can just like let it, you know, die on its own. So it's like depending on what you kind of want to do at that point. One thing that is a bit of a downside to the move is that his his balloons can be destroyed by an opponent. You have the chance of either destroying one of the balloons, which obviously will greatly decrease the amount of distance Villager will gain with the balloons. But if you destroy both of the balloons, you can kind of expect, you know, something to happen. They will not be able to use the move anymore, and they will of course be sent into the helpless state. So yeah, kind of like an easy recovery sort of to like Gimp, but it's also like, you know, very rewarding of a recovery. It's just so good, you know. Very, very powerful of a recovery, man. It's insane. There's no damage, but apparently it has like something to it. Yeah, and that's about it. So that's a recovery. It's a very good recovery, like I mentioned. But again, you know, has its drawbacks, obviously, as many good recoveries too, like Rob's, or in this case, Villagers, or even Snake's from back in Brawl. Now, finally, let's go over the last special move. This one is actually one of my personal favorites. This one is called Timber, which we showed off a few times, especially during that Kirby fight. Hold on, I need to get into like a safe position. So Timber is where Villager, it's a move that has 3 different attacks to it in this order, where Villager starts to plant a seed, and then waters the seed to become a tree, and then that tree can be chopped down 2 times and then sent, right? The tree can sometimes, when it does do its fall and falls down, it can either just drop nothing or just fall down by itself. It can drop a plank of wood, which can be used as a projectile, or in that case it dropped like a berry of some sort, which I assume would heal anyone that were to, you know, absorb it, right? One thing that's really cool about it is that when Villager had... Wow, that killed. So yes, when the tree sprouts, it actually does a hell of a lot of damage and knockback. So that's really freaking good. What's cool about the tree being out is that you can actually use the axe even with, you know, without even like bothering hitting the tree. The axe itself does a lot of damage and knockback as well. So you can actually use that as a really good alternate option if you don't want to use the tree. So just saying, hold up, let me do that. And then let's kill with the tree. Beautiful, beautiful, nice. So yeah, and like I mentioned, he has a chance of creating a wood chip or a rare chance of spawning a fruit once chopped down. And it just has like a little bit of a thing. Obviously the sprout in the water can itself won't do any damage. The tree, when it grows, does 13%, and when you actually like hit with the tree, it does like a clean hit, it says 25%. And you can just imagine the freaking the knockback it's a really good move to use, definitely like worth using, and I'm pretty sure other villagers can actually pocket the tree itself when it falls down, and other opponents can actually destroy the tree, which lowers its lifespan, which kind of like lowers the chance of villager using it to like chop it down and use it as a fighting weapon. But yeah, there's villager, complicated kind of, but very unique. All right, let's get these credits rolling. Villagers, I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? I know I mentioned before, earlier in the episode, how I'm not the biggest fan of Villager. I'm not very fond of the character, right? I don't really like playing the character like at all, and I especially do not like fighting against the character. But I do see the appeal of the character. I definitely do see the appeal of character like Villager, right? A very unique character. Very, very unique, especially in its moves, and how like some of its moves have different varieties, and like you do like a lot with Villager. You can really do a lot. I'm telling you, you can really do a hell of a lot with Villager, especially with like the tree and like the pocket, and it's like there's a lot that Villager can do and can pull off that can be really, really cool to see, right? I can absolutely agree with that, absolutely. It just, I don't know, I just like, it's a bit much for someone like me. It's not really a character that I can really see myself enjoying playing as, just because it's a lot to really like keep into count. And then plus, one of the things I like doing is smash attacking. Like, smash attacks are like what I primarily use for killing. And Villager's smash attacks are a little tough to like properly pull off, in my personal opinion. In the fact that like they're either very short distance, or they kind of, it's primarily a distance portion of it. They're very short distance. It could be like kind of easily seen, easily called out. Like here's the up smash where he starts charging this like little cannon, which can be good and has like a multi-hit function to it. But again, very short distance, kind of hard to hit with. We have the bowling ball, which is a side smash, which again, very, very powerful of a move, amazing smash attack to kill with, but again, incredibly short range, and fun fact, it can be not only reflected, but also pocketed. So yeah, that's an issue, as you could probably imagine. And then a down smash, which is like this one. This is pretty good too. Actually, it doesn't really do much in terms of like damage and knockback, but it will bury any opponents that do come in line with, you know, come into the attack. One thing that's actually really cool at the bowling ball, it's actually very useful, I will admit, is that you can use it as an off-stage projectile. By that, I mean like you can kind of lean off the ledge and have it dropped down to anyone that is like underneath the ledge, and it can be used as a very, very good like edge guarding tactic. So that's at least something that's really good. That's something that like you maybe want to keep in mind. So just saying. Let me actually just kind of show it off real quick. See, I'm by the ledge, I drop the bowling ball, and it goes straight down. So like it's a very, very good edge guarding technique. Just saying. Anyways, we're here in training mode. Let's view Villager's taunts real quick. So do you have taunts? Nice little happy dance, okay. We had the side taunt, another happy dance, this one's pretty good, a little jiggy, and the down taunt. Just digging in the ground with a stick, which I'm pretty sure all three of these taunts are just like basically what villagers do in the Animal Crossing games themselves, so it's pretty nice. Simple, but they're adorable. Now we got the final smash, which is called Dream Home. So that's, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Villager ends up building a dream house with the Nook family from the Animal Crossing games. And then the house building itself does a lot of damage, multi-hit move, and then one final explosion happens where the house gets destroyed and the opponent gets blasted off. I forget if you can actually like have other opponents get hit by it. Let me try. Let me just see how this works. Okay, you can have more than one opponent get absorbed by the final smash itself. So that's pretty cool. Let me try doing it again, but having an opponent like near. Hold on, let me try this. Nope, not what I wanted. Okay, hold up. I want to try see what happens when like there are opponents like around the Final Smash, but not directly affected. Like here, I feel like is a really good time to try it. See how other opponents that are near the Final Smash will still get hit by the attack, by the explosion, by the actual building. So you know it's pretty decent, pretty useful of an attack. There's a lot of knockback too, which I think is like very important in a Final Smash. But yeah, so a very good killing Final Smash nonetheless. But now, let's end things off and read Villager's trophy. There is the boy himself, Villager. An energetic young man from a peaceful town in Animal Crossing. He is eager to make his Smash Bros. Debut. His balloon trip recovery lets him fly like a character from Balloon Fight. The villager sets out to answer that age-old question. If a tree falls on the battlefield and foes are beneath it, do they get launched? Well, the answer is yes. They definitely do get launched. A hell of a lot of distance, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, right? Because that's the platform we're still playing on. In the next one, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode as the captain of the Dolphin from Pikmin, the main captain that everyone knows of, Captain Olimar. Yeah, so he's making his return from Brawl. And he's a little bit different since his debut in Brawl, so we'll see exactly how that is. You know, it's gonna be pretty cool to play as Olimar. I mean, I kind of like the character. He's all right. He's unique. I liked him in Brawl, so hopefully I like him in this game. But yeah, so subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch, second channel, music channel, VOD channel. Everything's down below. Go check it out. Some good stuff. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Pop-Tart out.